Of Youth and Sport Development under my watch will employ all at its disposal to stem the tide of this ignoble act against women and girls.
Even as we talk against what the society does to negate our freedom, please and please, let's stand up for what we are.
Start from ending violence. There will be a natural progression where the end of violence generally will also end violence against women and girls.
Is that really happening amongst you? Yes. Have you seen it before? Yes. And you're keeping quiet about it? What else? What else?
There's something very simple that we have designed. It is called the interest discovery process. Okay, this will help someone out there that is trying to get out of their survival mode and they're just coming back into the society. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bukum, and thank you, Kola, for the nice introduction. Can we all hear you? Great. Okay, so very quickly, I would like to take our time. I mean, most of us want to eat already. So today, we're just going to go through something very simple. Alright? So, Kola has explained that this is supposed to be like a trainer session. So, everyone here is like an ambassador for the Ureport exercise. And you all are supposed to go back to your communities or to your... Hi! One house, please. Okay, you're supposed to go back to your communities and impact survivors or victims of the gender-based violence. Alright? So, part of what some of the speakers earlier talked about, I mean, it was a very, very wonderful presentation. Some people talked about how, I think the last guy that spoke said something about how survivors or victims find it difficult to come out. Alright? Most of them have this withdrawal syndrome after whatever happens to them happens, and they just maybe just get tired of life. Some of them even attempt suicide, right? And how do we help them? How do we reach them? How do we help them come out of this mood that they just fall into after the experience? All right. So there's something very simple that we have designed. It is called the interest discovery process. Okay. Like Kola said, you can take 10% of this for yourself, alright? Because we want to believe that by now, as core members, you guys know what you want to do for the rest of your life. You have chosen your career, you have chosen the business part, or you have chosen an education part for yourself. So this might not necessarily apply to you. But this will help someone out there that is trying to get out of their survival mode and they're just coming back into the society. Okay? So very quickly, I'm just going to be asking us very, very simple questions. It's supposed to be as interactive as possible. Can anyone define interest? What does interest mean to you? Anyone? Anybody? What does interest mean to you? Okay, anyone? Okay. Just a moment, please. Go on.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Calabar. Interest is what you really, really want and what you really want to focus on and make good impact and yield better results.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to listen to the lady.
Attached to something.
Okay, she said interest is the value attached to something. Any other one? Okay. Oh, the ladies are talking.
Interest means your desire, what you love, what you are passionate about.
What you're passionate about. I mean, that's about all the definition we can ever look for. Alright? So interest could be in two folds. Alright? Your dictionary will define interest as a noun and a verb. Okay? As a noun, interest will mean the feeling of wanting to know or learn about something. Right? I mean, it's just textbook definition. If you open your dictionary, you'll find that. As a verb, interest will mean something or anything that excites you. Very elementary. Right? So let's take it back to the community. For instance, a small child, a girl, 11 years old, right, has just been abused by some man somewhere. Alright? And the initial, maybe when this girl was growing up, she just had these thoughts in her head that one day she's going to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. Right? And all of a sudden, after whatever happens, they just don't want to become anything anymore. I mean, someone was telling us about how some of them even turn to prostitution, and I mean, they just lose interest in everything that is supposed to make impact in the world. Right? You as ambassadors are expected to reach out to this set of people and get them back on track. But how do you help them discover their interest? I mean, something they were really passionate about while growing up. How do you put them back on track? So we have designed something very simple. In 5 simple steps, I'm going to take you through how to discover interest or how to help people discover their interest. So, I mean, does this pass any message to you? Don't feel like this every morning. I mean, when the alarm goes off, you just wake up and you just want to smash the phone or you just throw the phone away because you don't want to get out of bed. So this person is actually suffering from very simple things. The person is actually very, very tired of living in Lagos or maybe in Abuja or wherever. But the person doesn't have something interesting to go to do after they get up. How many of us have PPAs that we love going to here? You just want to wake up in the morning and you go to your PPA. Oh, great. Can you tell us where your PPA is? Yeah, here. FIRS. Interesting. What did you study in school? You can answer. What did you study in school? Public health. So how does it tie to FIRS? And how are you so interested?
It's money.
What interests you?
That's where money is. Money is there.
Alright, let's listen to our page. So what interests you, everybody? What gets you out of bed? Be honest. Don't worry. Everything you say leaves here or stays here. Interesting. Okay, thank you very much. Any other person who wakes up excited? Okay, let's take the mic to the table. Yeah, please. So you get out of the bed in the morning and you're excited. What excites you? I mean, is it your job? Is it that you're alive? I mean, something must excite you. What excites you?
What excites me was each morning I woke up and the kind of people I do meet in my office and where my boss treats me. So many, not even much more work to do.
Oh well, you said well. Alright, let's come back here. One house, please. One house. Alright. Hello. So let's take it back to the community. Everything we're going to be doing, we're going to be relating it back to the community that we're going to reach at the end of the day. Okay? We all wake up excited. Well, some of us, or most of us, it could mean that they currently don't do what interests them or what excites them, or they're just tired and they can't wait to just get out of that thing and be doing something else. Alright? Everybody deserves to wake up excited. Okay, everyone deserves to wake up like this. You wake up, you jump out of bed, you want to eat the bathroom, and you want to get out of the house because you want to do something. How many of us work remotely? How many of us understand the concept of remote work? You just, we all do, great, perfect. Sometimes, most of us that do remote work, we forget to sleep, right? Because we just want to stay awake because we're doing something exciting, right? How much more we that go to PPAs, right? We're supposed to be excited about what we're doing. I know NYSC will tell you that if your PPA is not exciting and this and that, you can file in a request and they'll change it. Is that true? Oh well, you can take it up with them, they're here. Right? Okay, because everyone actually deserves to wake up excited. Back to our community. Most of these kids that have been abused, most of these survivors, most of these victims, they deserve another chance as well. So you are going to help them. So how do you help them? So we have defined interest discovery to be some very, very simple exercise that everyone should learn how to do. Okay, it is very, very basic. You will find out how basic it is when you see the next slide. Alright? So we're saying interest discovery is a simple exercise that can save us from wasting time, energy, resources. It will help us make smarter decisions about our career, about our education, or about our jobs, whatever it is. If we do this first, most of us, before jumping at a particular course in school, we probably didn't do this, or we forgot to do this, or maybe at that time it didn't really matter because we thought it was all jokes. How many of us remember when we were very young and we just have this dream that, when I grow up I just want to be a lawyer? How many of us are lawyers today because of those dreams? How many of us are lawyers today because of the dreams? Okay, if you are here and you have gone to school to study what you actually been always dreaming about, please raise up your hand. Interesting. Please tell me about it. How does it feel?
Feels great. It's like dream comes true. I wanted to be a life scientist and I am one now, particularly a biologist.
It's lucky because not everyone gets what they plan. Alright? Next slide. So, very simple. Hello. Whenever we're trying to make this kind of life decisions, or whenever we're trying to help these survivors make some life decisions, there are very basic questions we need to ask them. There are very just two simple questions we need to ask them. Alright? The first one is, so, ask them, what are you really interested in? Remember what we said about the noun and the verb, right? Very simple. You ask them, what are you really interested in? What are your interests? What interests you? What is that thing that you can keep doing from morning to evening without taking a break? Or you just want to grab lunch and go back to work? What is that thing? Everyone has that thing. No matter how minute or irrelevant the career or whatever it is might be. Some of us want to be photographer. They just want to be photographers. They don't want to be any other thing else. And some people have the strength or the capacity to become lawyers and doctors. Some people just want to create images. Alright? So when we are addressing these survivors and they tell us even the most basic thing they want to become, we shouldn't rubbish it. Because as a matter of fact, that simple thing could be what they want to become for the rest of their life, and it could be what will make them as successful. Alright? Some people don't want to ever work in their life. Some people just want to keep going to school. Have you met people like that? They just want to keep going to school. So you might meet people like that all they tell you is, I don't want to become anything. I just want to be an academician, and they just keep studying. It doesn't mean there's no career for them. It doesn't mean there's no job for them. A lot of them become professors. When we're trying to write our thesis in school, right, we refer to a lot of journals, didn't we? So most of these academicians came up with these journals. If they were not there, your project or your thesis or whatever it is would be without reference. Alright? So we have these categories of people. So I'm trying to make you understand this because you meet kids that will tell you that they just want to go to school. It is valid. Some of them will tell you they're not interested in school, or what they want to become is become maybe a fashion designer. I mean, it is quite valid. Alright? So ask them these two questions. And from these, you can actually help them start the process of interest discovery. So in 5 simple steps, like I said, we're going to go through what interest discovery really is. So number 1, ask them. Take a trip down memory lane, okay? And ask them what they actually always dreamed about as a child. We have living examples here, right? So he had always wanted to become a life scientist, and is one today. Say again? Great. So ask these kids, or these children, or these women, no matter how old they are, at one point of their life, they had a dream of what they wanted to become. Help them discover it. Help them rediscover it. A lot of them would, I think someone said something about they not wanting to come out and talk. Some of them don't want to talk about their experience. Alright? Some of them just want to lock it up and forget about it and move on with their lives. But if you don't help them move on, they're just going to remain at one spot. Right? So help them go back and think about it. No matter how old you were when you had that dream is still valid. That is what you want to reassure them. Next, please. So you want to help them translate that childhood excitement or that past experience that they loved or cherished so much into a career or a business or a path. You just want them to stay on the path and stick to it. Alright, number 2, make a creativity board. Maybe this applies to us here, but we're going to take it out there too. Alright? When we're trying to become anything we're trying to become, several thoughts will keep creeping into our minds. They are very, very simple. We don't think about them, or we just get passive with them. Right? I mean, sometimes they don't mean anything. They won't mean anything until we probably write them down and visualize them. So what the creativity board is just a simple chart. You can have one in your room. You might not necessarily need to get a board. All you need is a stick note or stick notes. And every morning, when a thought comes into your mind about a career, you're telling them this anyway, but it can apply to you as well. When a thought comes into their mind or your mind, you want them to write it down. And you want them to do this for a period of 2 weeks at the minimum. Help them visualize what they're trying to become. Guess what? What they're writing down, every day might be different from the other day. Right? But at the end of these 2 weeks, if you help them mark what they've written, you will realize that over the course of that 2 weeks, there were consistent pattern of thoughts that kept creeping into their mind. Specific thoughts, very related, very unrelated. But if you map it, you realize that some are well related. There's a very, very high chance that this pattern of thoughts that are related are their specific interests or are aligning with what they would like to become. Help them see that. Alright? That's what the creativity board helps them achieve. You can try this as well. I mean, it might not make sense now, but when you try it, it could also make sense to you. Okay. So your creativity board can contain as many related or unrelated ideas and parts as possible. They might be related and unrelated. But when you do the math, some will weigh higher than some. And you can actually, okay, for instance, you wake up in the morning, you want to be a photographer. Even when you are even determining the kind of photography you want to go into, this can help. Regardless of whether you're trying to choose a career or business. Now you've chosen a field to be a life scientist. I'm sure there are several fields of being a life scientist, right? Maybe a biologist or whatever, right? And every morning you wake up, you just write very different things about being a life scientist. And some align with being a microbiologist or being whatever options there are. Right? So, trying to be a photographer, for instance, you write in the morning that you like scenery. Maybe you want to be a landscape photographer. I mean, you write that down. On some other days, maybe you just see a picture of someone and you feel like, oh, you could actually take very good portrait photographs. You write that down as well. I mean, these are interests. But another day, you see some people organizing weddings and you feel like being a wedding photographer. You write that down as well. At the end of the day, when you go back to your creativity board, some of these thoughts will align. Portrait photography and event photography might align because they still deal with people, right? I mean, you are photographing people either way. But when you now see that, oh, choosing being a photographer now entails, oh well, I need to make a decision. I want to become someone who shoots people. Then I can align all the shooting people that I've written on my list. Events, portraits, beauty, whatever it is. That outweighs the landscape photography you've written down initially. But we can relate it back to any other thing as well. Are we following? People. I mean, this is quite basic, right? But how many of us have read biographies or autobiographies of people we would like to become? Anyone? You've read the biography before. Great. Tell me about it. I mean, whose? Whose biography? Just say it. Anyone? Great. Oprah. Why would anyone want to become an Oprah? What? Someone said money. She's a writer.
Yes.
Wait, okay, you've read. Oh, great. You're talking about the same person. Okay. Let's listen to her. Yeah.
Okay, I love so many things about Oprah Winfrey, but one thing that strikes out is a love for telling people stories, and that's what I do. That's what I do best. I love sharing people's story. Okay, moving you from point A to point B, how you got there, how you can inspire other people. That's so interesting about Oprah Winfrey. That's what I read about Oprah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, please give her a round of applause. Thank you. She likes Oprah Winfrey, or she's been able to tell us why she likes Oprah Winfrey. She told us something very important. Oprah Winfrey is a perfect example of someone who will tell you the processes. This is what I did. It wasn't all rosy. It wasn't all this and that. I mean, she spells it all out. She makes you understand the process of becoming Oprah. She's not like some Nigerian successful people that you would ask, oh, did someone say that God? Perfect. So when we're talking about exploring successful people, we should look out for people who will actually show us what they went through. Okay? Take it back to the community. Many of these survivors or victims, a lot of them used to want to become someone or used to have someone as their role model. A lot of us have role models that we can never meet in our lives, but they're still our role models anyway. Right? We still want to become like them. Okay. So these children, these women, these ladies, at one time, it might seem very elementary to them or to you, but it might actually mean a lot to them because that way you are making them see life to be very simple. Right? So you want to ask them, at what point of your life do you want to become like someone? Who is this person? And they're going to tell you stuff. They're going to tell you who they wanted to become. Right? If you can find a biography or an autobiography of that person, you should encourage them to read it. Because some of these autobiographies are actually in-depth to how the person lived their lives. Okay? It will help them. It will help them understand the process. It will help you understand the process. Great. Number 4. Try out something you enjoy. A lot of us today, we are struggling with our career, with our education. I mean, a lot of people are struggling, right? Because they don't enjoy what they're doing. Step number 4 is while you're going through step 1, 2, 3, 4, or at step 4, you are trying to practice something that you really, really enjoy doing. Some people like calculating money. Some kids, they just want to keep counting money, right? It's quite basic and elementary. But help them optimize what they are trying to do. Introduce an accounting tool to them. Maybe Microsoft Excel, for instance. And just say, oh, if you are trying to add this figure together, you don't have to necessarily use your calculator. There's a formula you can use. You can introduce stuff to interest them. Right? That's step number 4. As a painter, sure, I got you. Some people might just want to become painters. Maybe they just wake up in the morning and just scribble and stuff. Maybe the next Van Gogh is one of them. Help them discover this. Alright? Number 5. During this process of trying to discover yourself, there's one very important step. It is not a last step. It is like a continuous step. It's an iteration. This part, you have to evaluate. What are you evaluating? You are evaluating your process. You are documenting discoveries. All those things you had on your mood board, on your creativity board. You are actually analyzing them. You are mapping them the way they are supposed to be. And you are finding the ones that align and the ones that don't. Okay? Meanwhile, this process is important as well because you want to be accountable to someone. Some people are accountable to maybe a counselor, their friends, or a journal. These survivors, help them be accountable to you. Let them be able to, help them reach you. They want to talk to you. Help them reach you. So sometimes you need to tell them that, oh, this idea of trying this today, trying that tomorrow is never an option. They need to stay consistent on one thing for a while. Test the process and make sure that the process is not theirs before making an alternative decision. Okay, we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to jump to. So there's a disclaimer though. After discovering your interest, there is nothing that says your interest can't change. Your interest can always change. And when it does, it did because you probably learned something new. You are excited about something entirely different, or you just want to try out something entirely new. You might fall in one of these categories, or they might fall in one of these categories. So when they're trying to make a shift in what they probably had interest in, don't discourage them, but help them be sure that this particular interest they're shifting away from is not what they really want to do. And this next thing they want to jump into is what they really do want to do. Okay, so there is a very simple work. There are 6 boxes. In box A, you are helping them make a decision, right? Whether they want to choose a career, a business, or a study path. So they are supposed to make one choice in that box. So for instance, they choose to be a career person. Then in box B, you are telling them to write down 3 different options of career they would like to jump at, or they would like to become, or choose a career path in. Okay? In box C, you are asking them to write down 3 different skills, 1 skill each for each of the options that they've chosen in box B. So they have these skills that they possess, right? In box D, you are telling them to write down different kind of skills that they need to be able to practice every of those options they've written down in box B, right? And in box E, you are telling them to write down the time they have to learn any of those skills that they've written in box D. I'm going to show you a sample. Alright? So you're making a decision based on the choice they made in A, the options they've written down, or her mind, to choose a career path. And the person has written down 3 options of the career path here. In box C, the person has written down, oh, for option 1, I have photo editing skills. For option 2, I don't have any skill at all. For option 3, I know Microsoft Excel, right? Okay, but they need to pick up box D skills to be able to achieve 1 or 2 or 3 of those careers they've chosen. So the person wrote down, I need to pick up video editing, I need to learn how to be a creative writer, I need to learn Android or iOS app development, I need to learn how to use financial reporting tools and all that, then I need to write ICANN or ACCA to become an accountant, chartered accountant, right? So, based on their education background, if they are fresh, they've not gone to university, they probably need to go do 4 years before any of this time, right? But for instance, they've gone out of school, maybe that happened when they were, whatever happened to them happened when they were passing out of school, and after school they went for NYSC and they're trying to make some decisions. So, to pick up video editing skills, they need 6 months, and they can learn that simultaneously while doing, they can learn creative writing simultaneously, right? But for option 3, which is Android iOS app development, they need about 8 months. Okay, they don't have a lot of time. But to take on ICANN or ACCA, all the diets to become chartered, you're looking at 24 months. So based on all this analysis, the easiest, based on time, the skill they have, the skill they need to pick up, is filmmaking. This is number 1 on their interest bar. Number 2 will probably be Android or iOS development. They can try this out first. Right? Okay. This might seem like a lot of work. So we're actually building a system that will help you do this without stress. So we're building a system that we call Triangle of Africa. Right? It's going to be an assessment system that anyone that's trying to choose a career or business path can come through. Fill in some interest-based tests, and this system can actually recommend or predict the kind of career they can actually jump at. How many of us understand machine learning and artificial intelligence? Great. So this system is going to be built on that. It's actually under development. So if you want to learn more about it, you can visit Triangle of Africa, and you can subscribe to be the first to know when it launches. Thank you very much.